Shubor nakaslem jong unongsan Hima.
Menteri Rangba ke Jelau Conrad Konggal Sangma mentaka sengi ke arpusau trik kelaling kot arjar arpusau ulah pelipat ba yo Mawnongrim ke bede berkajing Shna ke Surok Naduh Lumshyiap Bella Font Shaduh New Shillong Township Lyngba ke Shnong Mawpat ke bakin tobru ke MBT ke ba Naduh Briba Mawpat Shaduh IAS Colony Sauli. Syusyuk hagani ke sengi kum ke sorkar kala perkhat ruban penhe no ya ke Surok jong ke ding pasok ha kabaan penlong no ya ka sha ke Surok arlan lani ke 2-lane standard ha ke jingjrong ke ba Naduh khat 100 kilometer Shaduh arpu way pon arpo kilometer ya kini ke jing Plie yo Mawnongrim lale ha hotel Vivanta ke badan ha kendai lat Shillong nalor Conrad Sangma ha kini ke ngile dan langru sembut menteri Rangba ke Jelau ba Preston Tensong ubalong ru menteri badai pet ya ke tanat PWD roads Hakajinga dan lang UKK Mawa Secretary to the Government of Meghalaya PWD kinongelam snong bat kiwei. Haba keren ngani kasngi kumukongsan nakaliang Conrad Sangma ula batai halor kajing don kamban sedang ye ngani kajing temu na bentaban penduna ye kajing kapnya badru kajing hengkali hapa kanong ba Shillong. Shisho ula batai ru halor kajing kta Lyngba kilat ban penkela kamtam Naduh kajing hengkali bat kiwei kijing mentoy kiban wan ha kador jong ki kampenroy la batai ru honor kajing ya denti ha kom trekam hapo kanong ba Shillong de kajing temu ban penyasok no kawei ha ka bedei bat ki kam jong ki bor penya district da ka babu no hapo kawei ka block ha New Shillong Township ula keren ru halor kajing don kam kajing etrelang jong ki bor snong na benta ban penya sakmat ye ki kampenroy kamtam ki jaka ki bamlong try de ka sorkar da ka baya keren sani ha ki babun rukam u Conrad ula ong ru ba thong jong ka sorkar ka long ban pen itenan bat pen kelador ya baro ki benta jong ka nong ba sha kata ka nong ba ka bala perkhat bha lani ka plan city ura kularu ba ka kam ha ka baya bat kajing pentrei ki Surok kan long ka ba state kaban penya rengkat kerdan bat kiwei pat ki jaka jong kiwei pat ki thanya po ke jela ula ong ru ba ka sorkar kala perkhat ban Shna no ne ki jaka jingi ne ki swimming pool hapo ka than Jantia Hills hapo ki arbana ki ban wan baru ong Lyngba ka ne ke jingbo Mawnongrim ke jela kan sakhi ke jingya state bat kio shakmat ha ka bede bat ke jingkela hapo ke jela
We have been struggling, and we still are, with the congestion and the traffic issues and the overall growth that Shillong city has seen in the past many years. And hence, in order to be able to find a long-term solution to this, many efforts have been made in the past to work towards expanding the city and extending it so that we are able to decongest it. And while many efforts were made in the past, this is maybe for the first time in especially the last 2 years, that we are for the first time seeing a planned and a focused approach to actually make this particular dream of decongesting Shillong into a reality. And while I say that, just so that I can explain, that today the presentation given by our Secretary Urban, he was mentioning about creating a better city so that better livable conditions are there. What is important to also note, it's not about just the new Shillong city or the new administrative city that needs to be better. We need to make the current existing Shillong better also. And therefore it is both. So while we create new infrastructure, new Shillong township and new administrative city outside and away from the current Shillong city, what do we do to make Shillong city better also? And hence the decongestion that we do will allow us to not only have a new infrastructure outside, but will allow us to now improve Shillong city as we see it today. And while we're doing that, I hope that all of you must have seen also, and those who did not realize much in terms of the work, that in the last 5 years, the kind of projects that are going on in Shillong as we speak have actually never been done in the past. Large number of urban projects, and you will see as we start inaugurating one after another, you will realize what kind of transformation is actually taking place in Shillong city as we speak. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying that we are resolving all the problems. Of course, there are many challenges. But the pace at which the transformation is starting, that pace has never been there in the past also. And you will also see many new projects that are going to come up. So for example, when I say that the administrative city is going to shift, our intention is to shift the entire administration, the secretariat, the departments, and bring them under one block. If you can just go back to that presentation. Can I have the presentation? That second slide or third slide where they showed about the new Shillong township. So that orange section is where the new Shillong township, where the administrative city, where we'll have all the secretariats, all the different kind of government offices, everything will be under one block. And if you go to the next one where the roads, new roads are there, you can just go to new roads. So if you can see the two roads that we're making now, the red and the purple, are going to lead straight to that new administrative city. And hence you will not have to go through this entire traffic jam to access the new secretariat. The red line, the route that you're seeing, that's a 49 crore project, which we are proposing now, is going to be a double lane highway about 6.5 or 7 kilometers long, which is going to go straight to the new secretariat. We will have different kind of bus services, different kind of public utility, all of these things planned along the way, of course, with all your support. Because if community is not involved in this, we will not be able to do it successfully. And hence, this is where the new administrative city or the secretariat will come up. And as was mentioned by our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, we are already at the planning stage where the design for this new secretariat is being worked out as we speak. We are expecting that by the month of March, we should be finished and completed. I'm taking a review next week on the presentations for the design of the new secretariat. Once we do that, we expect that by the month of October, we should be able to start the construction work of the new secretariat. And we are hopeful, of course it's a big challenge, that in 3 years' time, we should be able to do majority of the work. I'm not saying everything will be completed, but majority of the work so that there's sufficient space for at least the secretariat to shift to the new Shillong township area in that orange section out there. And that's the kind of vision and speed at which we are moving. And once we do that, our idea and objective is to use the current locations that are there where the government offices are to expand the roads within Shillong city. Now when we see the secretariat where we are right now, there is the space between the MCCL and the secretariat. That space is there. Both MCCL side also and of course secretariat side also, all the way to DC office is the land of the government where we have the secretariats. Can we work towards expanding the road to make it into a bit more than double lane so that there's again decongestion? So wherever possible, green space and decongestion within Shillong can be done. There's existing Shillong city can be done once we are able to shift the administrative city to the new Shillong township. And of course, when the new Shillong township also shifts there, the traffic also, if not 50%, I would expect that 30 to 40% of the traffic will also shift to this area because as you are aware, our assembly as well as the government offices, if they're all there, then the traffic towards our existing Shillong city will also be minimized. And that's why these three roads are very, very crucial. We are happy to tell you that the tendering process of these roads will also take place in the next few weeks, couple of weeks time, I'm presuming. And we should be able to start the work for this also very, very soon. So it's not that we're laying the foundation stone and just leaving it. We expect that the work for this will start within the next 3 to 4 months, 6 months. I mean, rains are coming, of course, but things will move at a very, very fast pace, and we would want these roads to be completed at the earliest. So while we do that, I was mentioning to you that many things are happening in Shillong city, and you will see many of them being inaugurated very soon. For example, we will have the ICCC, which is the Integrated Command and Control Center. This is a state-of-the-art system where we'll be having a massive screen, maybe 5 to 6 times or 10 times the size of this screen in one big hall like we see in the movies. And we'll be monitoring the entire Shillong city with over 300 plus cameras, the traffic congestion, the traffic movement, different kind of situations. So it will be a complete IT-based integrated command and control center, which we expect, which is part of the Smart City project, and we expect that project also to be inaugurated somewhere before the end of this calendar year. Similarly, very soon, in fact, we were supposed to lay the foundation stone today, we could not, but I'll just mention it to you that the golf link area we have already tied up with the association, and there will be a large public park that will be created in the 3-4 areas which you must be noticing. The golf course has got those areas where there are a lot of trees out there. Without cutting any of the trees, we'll be creating small parks, small adventure sports kind of a area, place for people to sit, people to walk. And around the golf course also, we are going to be having some areas for people to walk in association with the Golf Association. And we were supposed to lay the foundation stone for that today also, but the Honorable Local MLA is not present today. He's in Delhi. He requested that he would like to be present for that program. And similarly, we'll be doing a very important waterfront project on Polo side, and that also will be something that will develop, apart from many, many other projects that we're doing. So what I'm trying to tell you, or the message that I'm trying to give to you today, is that Shillong is going to see a transformation like never before. Even as we speak, even the new secretariat space that's coming up, we don't have the estimates yet because designs are being finalized, but the project will be anywhere above 500 crores. So even if you look at the basic roads that are going on right now, the roads that are going to come up, the existing projects of the Smart City project that is taking place, you're looking at almost close to 2,000 plus crores that is going to be planned and worked and invested to make Shillong into a modern, decongested, and a futuristic city. Of course, there's a lot of work to be done, but the vision is there, the ideas are there, and the focus with which we're moving, we are sure that we'll be able to achieve these projects and growth in the days to come. But what is more important to remember, and which is why we are all here today, is that while government is going to be developing the yellow area and orange areas, which is within the government's land and jurisdiction, in the sense that it's the government land, the rest are community-owned properties. And this is for the first time that government of Meghalaya is reaching out to communities to share with you and tell you that we will give you the technical expertise. If we can work together, then this orange and yellow area can be this entire zone. It can become a planned city. And you can imagine if it's done in a planned way, not in an unplanned manner, how beautiful Shillong will come out to be. Maybe it may take 25 years, 30 years, 50 years, we may not be there. But at least we will lay that foundation and leave a legacy for our future generation, so that for years and years and centuries, people will talk about how the government and the community worked together to ensure that we created this kind of a town plan. So therefore, we want to work with you. We want to sit down and discuss whichever areas, whichever Rangvashnongs, Dorbas want to discuss. Let us work, let us make it planned. Small planning blueprint can allow us to solve many issues that may come up many years from now. So hence enough space for roads, enough space for drains, enough space for public utility. For example, every zone should have a school, every area should have hospital or health services, every area should have a police presence out there. How can we work together so that, as I said, it will not just be the orange and the yellow area, but this entire map, as much as we can go, can be worked out in a planned manner. This is really what my personal goal is, and we've been discussing this with the Honorable Deputy Chief Ministers, especially with Bapestone and with Masnobha, that let us work with this idea. Why do we restrict to only to these areas? Let us work with the community and let us work in a planned manner. All of that control will always be obviously the land. There's no question of government coming in and taking the land out there, unless of course we have a understanding with you. But with your full jurisdiction, with your full ownership, government only wants to assist you. And we want to assist you because we see the larger picture, larger goal of making this map into a futuristic map. And as I said, it can only happen if we all work together. And that's really what the message is in a very short speech which I'm giving. But as I said, the idea to share with you all, and especially the rest of the citizens, is we are not just talking, as Deputy CM has mentioned, we are here to act, and you will see that these road constructions will move at a very fast pace. You have seen in the last few months, in fact few weeks, how we have expanded the infrastructure in sports. Sports has never seen the kind of investments that have been made in the last 5 years ever before.
Till 80s, we never thought that Shillong will be like this. I still remembering when we used to go to Mawlai site for swimming or for fishing. And while walking via Madanhe, Mawlai, Mauri, that time it was a jungle. Still it was jungle. Lao Mali side, it was a jungle. Leave aside this golfing and all. And if you go to Laban side, same thing happened. Lom Paring, Nong Thmai, Lom Pangak. It was completely jungle. Who knows that now the change has taken place where even 1 inch of land is not at all available. So we understand, being the state, I used to think myself when some people commented maybe in the YouTube or in the media saying that Meghalaya is going downwards. I don't believe. And why should we believe too? Have we ever thought that this present generation, we are able to get a new Shillong township? Have we ever thought that? It was just like a dream. Kita ki area, kita ki Maulai, Mautawar, ki Maulai, Mawpat ngiyong. Maluban ko'y perhat. Kadeka sorbha menta. Ya keren ki mau diang itu ki isu galong trip hari klau. Menta kadeka sorba. And a well-planned new city is to be seen within 3 years' time. Or CM will detail everything. And here is the commitment of the government. We are committed, and I would like to fervently request Inong Yalam Shnong Kinoy Lam Tao. Ya trelang batngi ka Sorkar Nanta Kumalaong Manay Secretary Jong Urban Affairs. Pidon kam yaki technical assistance ka Sorkar kadon. Ini plan lang ya kanika village yopi.
Inform you that earlier we had around 900 acres of new township land here. This is the new township. So this is around 900, and now we have again purchased around 800 acres of land in Mawnongrim area, that towards the left side. This is purpose of helping us now to expand towns outside the Shillong city. We need to move out of this congested area to a more livable area where people do not suffer the same kind of problems that we are facing. And in this Mukhanu area now, a lot of development is going to take place. Most of you already know that the central schedule is going to come in that Mukhanu area, 800 acres of land. Sports complex will be coming up there. We'll be having a Unity Mall which already, tender is already floated. The new schedule also, the DPR is getting ready and it will be floated soon. The sport complex also, the skill park and many other institutes are coming there. The Judicial Academy also is coming there. And many PPP project will be taken up in this new Shillong township. So that we have, again, a better city, a better livable city compared to what we already have here to decongest the Shillong city. So this is the goal that we have, how to decongest Shillong city. We have purchased land from the Urban Affairs Department, which will help us to move elsewhere to have a better livable cities. Next. As of now, how do we reach this new Shillong township? We have only that road, which we all of us know, from Polo to Nongman Song, Isherwat, Tengpaso. This is the only road that is leading to the Shillong township. If we start developing this new Shillong township, have a schedule there, have all this Unity Mall there, have all the facilities there, again, it will have the same problem. If it takes us 1 hour to reach there, what's the use of having this development there? We have all the choke points here in Chat for Long Road, Nongman Song Bazaar. Elsewhere we have, in Naduh also we may have some problem there. The same thing, there's no proper parking, there's taxi stands there, no proper taxi stand is there. And the encroachment by street vendors. So there's no point of purchasing land or moving elsewhere if the existing road also remains the same. This is what, this is the problem that we are facing. And therefore to solve all that, we need to have approach road to this new Shillong township area. Next. So the existing road, as I said, is a Mawnongrim road, and that is not easy for us to reach that place because of the choke points that I have already shown you. The Polo Isherwat Naduh road is there. The Shillong Tengpaso road also, to some extent, it is comfortable, but beyond the point, there's uneven conditions. Some roads are narrow, some roads are small. Then you cannot expand the existing roads. That's what I'm trying to say. This is the only approach road that leads to the new township in Mawnongrim and to the Shillong bypass where you reach the Mukhanu area. So this is not good enough. It's not good enough, and that's why we are developing new roads. Some roads are already ongoing and some roads are to be inaugurated, which is coming in the next slide. So ongoing roads on the next slide is the green color road. So you have the green color here. This is the Umbir Mokhadi road, which is around 11 kilometers at the cost of 201 crores that is already ongoing. At present, 8 kilometers already sanctioned. The remaining amount is already being taken up also. That's done by the Urban Affairs. Then there is that red color road, the Kilton Lincoln Road, which is taken up by the PWD road, and the existing, the white color road, which we have talked about, that Polo Nawnongrim Isherwat road. So this is ongoing.